A very good morning. I had to navigate the hill before I started recording. Alright, so to continue where I left off yesterday when I had to jump on the bus. As I was saying, the reason we keep going, I'm talking about people who have a sense of discipline and standards. Even when the going is futile, the example I give, I'm stuck with my sister, for want of a better term, and I'm limited as to what I can do. Nevertheless, I have certain standards. Like, I've had an exercise program since I was 15, on and off. Nevertheless, I've had an exercise program because I understand the benefit of exercise. So I believe it was Winston Churchill who said, when you're going through hell, keep going. It isn't so much that I'm going through hell. It's more a case of I am not the type of person who settles for what is available. More so when what I had was better. So I'm always in conflict with God, which isn't a bad thing, because I find, like when I was ill, I was in conflict, because it's like I look after myself. What's going on here? If you mean to kill me, get on with it. That's how I do medicine. And what I find is, as in the case, August this month is supposed to be my fat burning month. And while I was ill, I lost the sum total of the weight that I was looking to lose. So now we've gone past the fat burning stage, weight loss stage, and now it's about maintaining. So I've cut back my exercise program. So I don't exercise on Mondays. I take that as a rest day. I just go to the sauna to freshen up, and in preparation for Tuesday's training session. So whereas I would do a heavy session in the gym on a Monday, I don't do that anymore. I just go and I use the sauna. And I found it made a difference to the training yesterday. So anyway, I digress slightly. So yes, why do we keep going? Because we have standards and we're disciplined. I can only speak from my personal perspective, but I find the more developed you become, the less you need people. So one of the things I was kicking off at, one of the men asked me yesterday in the sauna, did you have a good weekend? And I said, no, it was crap. And he didn't venture to ask me why. And I find this with a lot of people. They only sort of like want to have the conversation when it's sunny. But don't you dare, it's like someone asking you, how are you? And you say, not great. And they immediately move on. It's that kind of thing. They're not really interested in how you are. It's just something to say. So why was my weekend crap? Because I was working on a crappy job. I won't go into it, but it's just, let's just say that I vowed never to do any more favors for anyone. More so to do with altering curtains, unless they're paying me handsomely, but no favors, because this job is really crappy. And to add to that, I had some man phone me. I don't know if I've said this before. I had some man phone me who his opening gambit was he's bored. When am I going to make some time for him? So I kicked off, and I said, I'm never gonna make time for you or for anyone, because when I was ill, no one was in touch with me to find out how I am. When I say no one, obviously the usual suspects, the carer, the therapists were around. But I'm talking about people who are all about themselves. And when I say all about themselves, I'm talking in terms of, I see you, I like you, you need to make time for me, kind of thing. But bring nothing at all into the arena. And this is what I mean. When you're developed, the more developed you are, the less you need people, more so because you are not on the same level, and they're just going to come and cause problems in your life because they're going to come with their lower standards. That sounds harsh and it sounds arrogant even, but it's a reality. I mean, I'm with my sister, but my standards are way above hers. And I will say this is why in 3 years she doesn't have the motivation to force herself to get better. Because she was never on a development program. The whole point of working to become a more efficient human being is to have reserves so when the time comes and you need to call on those reserves when you're empty, you're never empty because you have reserves. So it's that kind of thing. So what you will find is, even in my situation with my sister, where nobody is helping us. When I say nobody, obviously the carers are there, but they're being paid. Let's just say the people who are helping are being paid to do the job, right? But even with my situation where I'm doing everything, I still have people in contact, or from time to time getting in contact. Come here, come there. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? You still have that. So, and again, it's because these people haven't taken the time to build up any reserves of their own. And so they will find people who, it's literally like beggars asking people for 20 pence here, a pound there. It's the same principle. It's begging. You don't have your own, so you have to ask others. So here I am, I'm off to the gym. Well, not to the gym, to the sauna. Because today, don't ask me why I'm doing it, but today is music practice day. So today I booked the studio, which I've already booked in advance, and I have access to it for 8 hours. And I will go and do scales, basically scales, singing scales on the saxophone. So right back to basics, because I haven't done anything like this for like 3 years, more than 3 years now. So it's right back to basics. Again, because development. I enjoy music. Music runs through my veins, and it's not, people will think, oh, it's therapeutic or something, this mindfulness nonsense. Because I've had this development program for many, many years, long before there was anything such as mental health, or me time or whatever. I'm pretty much just doing things as I've always done them, with a mind towards improving. I said it's about becoming a more, that's what I'm looking for, a more efficient, a more useful human being. That's the goal. But the fact of the matter, if you are no use to yourself, you can be of no use to others. So, for example, my sister is no use to herself. Therefore, she is of no use to me. She basically consumes my energy and gives nothing back because she's not in a position to do that. Some people will say it's a good thing. It takes a lot of love or whatever crap they will say, and I'm talking about people who will not lift a finger to help, will say that what I'm doing is really good, great, whatever. And I don't actually see it that way. I actually see it as a waste of my time. I believe everybody is responsible for their own health. Some of the stories the carers tell me about some of the people they look after, the elderly people, they've got no family around them. Not to say that the family isn't around, it's just that the family doesn't get involved. And these people, the only people they see are the carers. And that aside, they're left in the house, in the flat, with the TV. I don't call that life. That is not living. It will never be like that for me. But again, it's forward thinking. You plan ahead to the future that you want. And if you just sort of just live and just go from day to day without thought for the future, beyond when I get old, I'm going to retire and live off my pension. You're not going to be prepared to deal with anything that comes your way. As I've said many, many times, the reason I've got the social worker coming tomorrow, and I'm sure, like a broken record, he will repeat, you never know what's around the corner. I am tired of telling this man that you can know. If you have a relationship with God and you do everything that you are supposed to do, or everything that you are capable of doing, you have every right to lay claim on him to do his part. That is how, when I'm ill, that is how I do recovery. I say I've looked after myself. If you mean to kill me, then kill me. Because for me, it's a matter of life or death. I would not want to live my life as a disabled person, as someone who needs someone else to look after me, because I wouldn't want to consume somebody else's energy in vain. So I guess I'm approaching the gym now. Bottom line, live in such a way, if you believe in God. If you don't, too bad. Live in such a way that when you go before God, he can do nothing other than help you, because you've helped yourself to the point where you could help yourself no more. Right, so this is why we keep going. We keep going because if we give up, then why should we expect God to keep helping us? Right, so I've arrived. I'm going to leave this here. I wish you all a good day. Take care and look after yourselves and keep going. Bye.